ところを終わらせるぞ。蹴散らしてやる。魔人先行だ。魔人先行だ。俺がそうですよ。魔人先行だ。カリウレ。弱い。弱すぎる。
痛くしないでね。
手応えねえぞ。
物足りないわ。
報酬客。
成長したわね。見違えたわ。
His English voice is better because it's Bosch. You can't beat the Bosch. His Japanese voice is okay, but I like the English voice better. No, that's anti-weeb, but I actually like a lot of the English voices for Tails characters over the original Japanese ones. Some of them are pretty even, but some are like objectively. Food especially. He sounds way too young in the Japanese version. In the English dub, he actually sounds more age appropriate. He's supposed to be like, what, like 16, right? He actually sounds like a teenager, you know, somebody who's hit puberty. He kind of sounds like he's 8 in the Japanese dub. I like Emil's voice in the English too. I think Lloyd's voice is better too in English. He sounds a little too nasally in the Japanese version. Like I said, I know that's blasphemous stuff. I actually do I like the English dubs for Tails games. I think they're some of the best English dubs out there. Pretty much always have been. Even we didn't really have good dubs consistently for video games, at least. One exception is the Vesperia remaster, because they replaced Yuri's actor. They didn't bother to re-record everything, so it has like split personality disorder. I think most people like Jude's voice better in English. He just sounds like a normal Shota character in Japanese dub. It doesn't help when they age him up a year. And Zelia too, and he still sounds like he's 8. It's ironic because the voice actors are like 40. Japanese voice acting is really weird. You have people in their 50s still voicing teenagers. I mean, get that in English voice acting too, but not as much. Some of these guys are pushing 60. They're still voicing 17-year-olds. It's really weird to think about.
その体術この程
やったぞ。
度多翼の弱い
Nobuyuki Hiyama is like 55, and he's still voicing hot-blooded teenagers. He's been doing it for like 30 years. 魔人先行弾。
息が合った戦闘は
On the other hand, you have Wakamoto, who's like 80. That guy's like 78 or some shit, and he's always been voicing like buff older guys. He's one of the few voice actors that's always done like age-appropriate roles. I don't think he's ever voiced like your typical like shonen kind of character. Very young, fresh face. Yeah, Masako Nozawa, she's like 82. That's always been a touchy subject. Some people like the Japanese Goku, and some people don't. I think the problem with Japanese Goku is she voices like everybody in his family. Like not just Goku, but like Goten and Gohan, who are like supposed to be way younger, and it's kind of awkward. In the English dub and like the Spanish dub and stuff, they have like different people voicing those characters, so they sound a little bit more age appropriate. Like I forget the woman that does, you know, Kid Gohan and Teen Gohan, but he sounds more like a kid. Because at least at the time it was someone in like their 30s doing the voice. No one has an objective opinion on Japanese Goku. I think objective because he sounds like an actual teenager would sound like. A lot of the other voices they do are pretty equal. My streams. Stop shaking.
強くてごめん。痛くしないでね。
Get bust, we didn't kick. What happened? What happened? Did it go down or something? You have to tell me. I'm not at home, so... Well, how is it now? I can always restart it. I'm not doing anything serious right now. Just grinding. I might have lost connection for a little bit. I don't know.
弱すぎる。行くぞ、覚悟しろ。
報酬客。
魔人先行だ。
魔人先行弾。
その程度で調子に乗るんじゃねえぞ。
I'm sorry, but this guy can't replace Bosch.
さあ、行くよ。
English voice for Emil is objectively better. Because when he turns into Ratatosk, he just has the standard pissed off anime Johnny Young Bosch voice, which is unbeatable.
覚悟しろ。
The Japanese voice actor cannot compare. I'm sorry. Uncomparable. He's close, but he's not Bosch. That's definitely one of the English versus Japanese Tales voice actors debate, I think. The English one is way better for Emil because it's Bosch. It really is just the standard, like, voice he uses when he plays a pissed off anime character. That's what he did for Emil. Good stuff. That game sucks, but his voice acting made it better, I think. A lot of problems with that game. And Pokemon party members are more relevant than the characters from the first game, which is like a sin. But that's how that game is, though. Pokemon outclassed characters that saved the world in the last game. Really weird design decision. さらばだ、弱き者よ。行くぞ、覚悟しろ。さらばだ、弱き者よ。さあ、行くよ。結果流へ。片翼のさらばだ、弱き者よ。蹴散らしてやる。天雷草月。俺と並ぶにはまだ足りねえぞ。I saw a comment on a Tails video where someone was like, I hate how they scream out the names of their attacks. I'm like, dude, if you could fly up in the air and do a flaming dive kick and not get hurt, wouldn't you scream the name out too? I mean, you gotta think about it. Put yourself in their shoes. If you could do all this crazy shit, he would scream out the names too. Come on now. It's one of the most awesome things about Tails games. Just like the people are saying they're glad that the bosses don't stagger. Like, get out of here. Go back to, like, literally every other JRPG that's still active. Weird flex. Really weird flex. You want the game to be like everything else that's on the market. Every other game has that kind of hyper armor mechanic, but alright. This is what the Tails fandom has become. They don't want things to be unique anymore.
覚悟しろ。
Like the people that say they hate the henshin poses and stuff. Like, dude, if you could turn into a suit of armor that let you withstand attacks and move at light speed, you would do those poses too. Stop acting like you're above that. Everybody would do that. Weird how people have to like validate anime and stuff and like things that are for younger audiences. It's like, just because you're an adult doesn't mean you can't enjoy things for broader audiences. It happens a lot in the tokusatsu fandom. It's like, is this series dark? It's like, if you want depressing shit, then go watch something else. Like, why does everything have to be grim, dark, depressing? I could just go fucking look on Twitter if I want grim, dark, depression. I don't have to. I don't have to watch anything. Just go look at the news. Heaven forbid I actually want to have fun consuming content and not feel like garbage. I don't understand it. Everyone has to validate, you can only watch grim dark shit once you get past 18 apparently, which is weird. Not allowed to watch something that's uplifting or funny. I've seen that countless times in the Toku fandom. The blushing Ash, velvet and like maiden costume. And Seiyo, Ricardo. Let's go with Ricardo. I'm not really a big fan of Ricardo, but he's an atypical Tails character design. But he's kind of boring because he just has a rifle. Boring to play. Tenrai Sogets.
強くてごめんなさい。
行くぞ。覚悟しろ。
してもいいかしら。
とどめは俺にさせてだ。蹴散らしてやる。
強くてごめんなさい。
行くぞ。覚悟しろ。
美しく荒々しく応援月下。強くてごめんなさい。
What we got now? Nothing but innocence. There's a mythos and that chick from that anime I don't know. Go with Ruka. I picked that other chick.
私を楽しませてね。
行くよ。その体術見せてもらおう。
強くてごめんなさい。
さあ行くよ。
月下天正暴れちゃってもいいかしら。遠慮なんてする必要ないのよ。敵なんだから。
行くぞ。覚悟しろ。
強くてごめんなさい。
行くぞ。覚悟しろ。
It's just coming at a weird time though because Rise seems to be wanting to get rid of the LMBS is gone, comboing bosses is gone, all of that is gone. So the fighting game DNA is like basically removed at this point. But then this game is doing the opposite. They're literally collaborating with a fighting game. And this game has the LMBS and bosses stagger. It's like both sides of the franchise are doing completely opposite things. It's just I just don't understand it. You have the LMBS here, you have bosses that stagger, and they're collaborating with the fighting game. So it's like they're embracing that this has always had fighting game mechanics, like making punishes and stuff, and having bread and butters. And then Arise is kind of like going out of its way to remove all that, which is... I can't describe how much it pisses me off. I don't understand the direction they're going. Yes.
強くてごめんなさい。
行くぞ。覚悟しろ。
上出来よ。
How am I doing? Not that well mentally. Had something happen today that really got me not feeling well. Yeah, Neo 2 Season Pass was
私を楽しませてね。
well worth the money. I got like 400 hours out of that game. It's well worth it. I paid for the deluxe edition. Definitely kept me occupied for several months. That's has to be respected. It's a shame that that series is dead. They're doing that Final Fantasy one now, which looks a lot worse.
強くてごめんなさい。
行くぞ。覚悟しろ。
You gotta keep the lights on somehow, though.
狙撃手。
あなたなら
Team Ninja's they're like really small studio, so I'm glad they're getting gigs like that. That game does not look interesting. I do like how it has no stamina, though. I looked into it a little
強くてご
bit.
めんなさ
Having no stamina is pretty cool.
い。痛くしないでね。
そこで決めるよ。参加も集客。最後の夜に名を刻め。
Yo, is Lambda gonna come out? Fuck, that was awesome.
プールサイドで置いたはダメよ。あとはよろしく。強くてごめんなさい。
Nothing but Innocence characters, except for Mythos and that anime chick I don't know. I don't know who that is. It's a boomer anime. I know that much. I don't remember what it's called.
早いところ終わらせるぞ。
Collabs in this have been better than the other game I was playing, KOF All-Star. Slayers, yeah, that's what it's called. It's cool that they have some boomer anime collabs. They have their fair share of Zoomer anime collabs in this too. But they have had a couple boomer anime.
強くてごめんなさい。痛くしないでね。もいいかしら。
Suijin Kyak.
強くてごめんなさい。痛くしないでね。
I don't really watch anime anymore. I haven't watched anime since like high school.
強くてごめんなさい。
Doesn't help that everything that comes out is just all
行くぞ。
doubling down on the fetishy stuff, and I'm not into that.
そこで決めるよ。レンガだ。
I understand it sells, but it's a little tiresome if everything does it.
弱い。弱い。
Or it's stuff like One Piece that has like 8,000 episodes. I keep getting told to watch that. I'm like, no, I take more commitment to marry somebody and watch that shit. It's still going. It's like it has like 8,000 episodes. Plus, the character designs really creep me out. And the animation is not very good. Which is pretty standard for shonen anime. They have to make like 20 episodes with 3 frames of animation. So that they could do like 5 episodes of a fight scene. Whatever the next boss is. I know Naruto and Bleach did that a lot, because I lived with people who really like those shows.
蹴散らしてやる。完璧。最後そうですよ。
追人脚強くてごめんなさい。
Like, okay, there's gonna be a big boss fight in like 20 episodes, so you need to spend like $8 on the next 20 episodes. And then even then, that doesn't even solve it sometimes. There's that infamous Naruto fight scene where the guy does the punch and it looks like they just took sketches and they put it in his animation frame. I don't know what that villain's called, but that's a famous one. I know Dragon Ball Super did that recently too. They had like a fight against Beerus that looked like it was animated by an 8-year-old. There's no consistency with that kind of thing. I've told this story before, but I lived with people who loved Bleach. And then they did like 9 months of filler and they stopped watching it. Japan's media culture is really weird. It's like, why don't you just take it off the air instead of just making a bunch of pointless filler that's poorly animated and has nothing interesting going on? It's like an Aqua Teen Hunger Force or Seinfeld kind of thing where like nothing is happening. The show is on, but nothing is happening. I think it's cool that doesn't My Hero Academia, like, it actually goes off the air? They don't just keep it on? I think that's actually pretty respectable if that's true. They actually do seasons like most other parts of the world where the show is just off the air for a while and then it gives them time. Dragon Ball, Naruto, and Bleach really suffered from having to be on every week with no break. They either have no budget to actually animate things, or they get too close to what the author's writing, so they have to just make these like Seinfeld episodes where nothing happens. Yeah, I've never understood that about their culture. I definitely want more of the things I enjoy, but if the quality's going to take a massive dump because, you know, they're too close to what the author's writing, then I would rather just not have it on at all. Then you have the whole sunken cost fallacy thing where it's like, okay, they've been doing like a year of filler, but they're going to get to this really awesome boss fight later on. It's like, I have to watch this. It's like, no, you don't really have to watch it. It was interesting watching them just get increasingly bored with Bleach because they just went into like a year of filler. Nothing was happening. I know Naruto did that too. They did like, I think a year of it. I never really watched that show, but I know they did a long ass filler arc. It's like, just take it off the air. Like, why is that so hard to do?
Marta, 僕に勇気をくれたんだ。
The pain fight, yeah, that guy, his face looked like it was drawn by one of the children of the animators or something. Really weird. It's like, okay, you went through how much filler? Barely animated filler. And the big boss fight, you can't even get a budget to make it look good. Well, that's like what everybody's waiting for. what's nice about Tokusatsu. It's live action, so that's not as much of a problem. You get pretty consistently good fight scenes. And also, the shows only last a year, so you're not going to get like 9 months of nothing happening, and everything is pretty much written as they go. There's no like manga author they have to constantly stay behind, which is a lot of the problem. My Hero Academia actually does go, it does go off the air, right? They don't do the normal Japan stuff where it's always on. So I know some people that watch that in my circle, and I think it does have just normal seasons like the rest of the world, which I actually think is pretty cool. As somebody who doesn't watch it, I'd rather just not have it be on for 6 months than a bunch of dead air. I don't really need to see Goku and Piccolo drive. I'm good without seeing that. Like I can survive not watching an episode about them driving. Nothing of note is going to happen. Got a new legendary today. Let me show it off in here. Finally got a legendary Yamato. It's this right here. Kind of trying to learn how to use it right now. And I got Judgment Cut End as well. Four of them. Yeah, the pain fight. That was a good meme for a while. People were making fun of that a lot. I can understand why. shonen anime stuff. They build up a fight for so long, and it already happened in the manga like 6 months ago. They finally get around to animating it, and it looks like they got somebody on Instagram to do it or DeviantArt. It must have been very demoralizing. Actually, I lived with somebody who was watching it at the time, and I remember him showing it to me, and I was laughing. Hey, what now? What?
私を見た者は深淵に消えるのよ。おります。深淵に飲み込め。弱い。私の力はどう？存分に楽しむの。私を見た者は深淵に消えるのよ。
Alpha? Yeah. And she never really gets power crept either, which for a game like this is interesting. Normally when a game comes out like this, you know, a character-based action game on mobile or a service game where you have to roll for the characters, people always they re-roll like 800 times for whoever's the best at the start, and then they just get power crept. So there's no real point in subjecting yourself to that torture. Especially when a lot of these games, they make it a lot harder to re-roll. They put a lot of unskippable tutorials and stuff. Like, they do not make it easy to re-roll these games anymore. I know people did that on Genshin Impact. It was like, why? You're gonna have a busted character in like a month. Why do that? If you want them that bad, just spend the money. I never do that kind of thing on these games. I just roll whatever it gives me. It's just a waste of time. They're gonna put in somebody who's 8 times better in a couple months. Unless you want to wait 6 months to play the game and re-roll then. You might as well just roll with the punches. Just use what you get. I know people were like legit making a speed run out of re-rolling Genshin Impact when it came out, because they were trying to get one character. Weird. I don't get why. KOF All-Star is a perfect example. Crazy to get Orochi Iori, and he power crept hard. He's still relevant because he has such a broken leader ability, but moveset wise and the talents and stuff, he's been outclassed massively. I don't bother with that stuff. I did do re-rolls on Mega Man X Dive. I did rerolls on that game because I wanted to see how the melee combat felt. And they don't give you 0 right away. I did do it there, but the rerolls in that game were very short, so I could justify doing it. And I wasn't trying to get like a meta-defining character, just 0. They're gonna fuse together. Fucking Dragon Ball, man. You got to give props to Dragon Ball for being like the anime to pioneer just the plot that every service game uses, every MMO. they all use Dragon Ball's plot. It's like, okay, there's this really tough demon or god or deity or whatever, and we need to beat them, and then you grind and you do a raid. And then it's like, oh, well, somebody else that's 8 times more powerful. Every MMO uses the Dragon Ball plot, and that plot allows you to essentially make infinite content. Like, Toriyama should get royalties for coming up with that. There's like countless games and anime, especially MMOs and stuff. They all use that exact same plot. Really, you really can just make it go forever. There's no end to it. I'd like to call it the Dragon Ball Infinite plot. Pokemon does it. Pretty much every MMO we can think of has that exact same plot. They're going to fuse together, and the only difference will be slightly different hair color and no eyebrows. Their power level is 8 trillion. I'm surprised they don't do the power level anymore. Why did they stop doing that? They could have had it even easier, making new forms for Goku and Vegeta. It's like, oh, this one has 1 eyebrow, but the power level is 8 trillion. And this one has no eyebrows and neon orange hair, but it's 16 trillion. It's weird that they just kind of dropped that after the Frieza saga. It probably would be in like the billions by now. I definitely think the people that design tokusatsu forms have it a lot easier because they have more to work with design-wise than a buff martial artist who's almost never wearing a shirt. Like, there's not really a lot you can do with that kind of character. Very limiting, especially when they want you to put out a new form every 3 months. And realistically, the only thing you can change is his hair color. Take his eyebrows away. That makes him more powerful. I think Dungeon Fighter Online copies the Dragon Ball plot verbatim. It really has just been Here's one of the apostles, and you beat them. And then there's another one, and this one's more powerful. And they've been doing that since 2005. Should have to, like, trademark Dragon Ball and pay Toriyama royalties for that plot. It's set up to just go until the end of time. Hey, let me read that again. What did you say? Ultra Gogeta. Mega Ultra Ego Instinct Gogeta. There. Where's my royalties? I just came up with a new form. For the color, just look up neon colors on Google and just throw a dart at your monitor. There you go. New form. Make an SH figure arts out of it and make millions. And put it in the Dragon Ball mobile games and make even more money. And Tokusatsu has some really bad-looking forms, too, but they're at least more distinct. The Tails mobile game, I don't know. It's not LMBS, so I don't know if I'll care. I find it hilarious how they're saying it's going to be an original game with no crossovers. They said the same thing about Crestoria, and now you can get, like, Gaius in a bikini and shit. It's like, in a thong. There's no way it's gonna stay afloat with original characters. They're gonna have to add, like, Yuri and Leon and Kless and, you know, Mila and shit. I don't know why they're trying to come off like they're not gonna add legacy characters. Especially since that makes it a lot harder to keep characters coming. If they don't do it at launch, they will inevitably do it when the game starts losing money. They'll start putting legacy characters in. Painfully obvious they will. It doesn't make sense not to. I mean, if you're going to call it a Tales game, it's kind of expected that legacy characters are going to appear, because that's how every other service game like that works. You know, they have like 800 Gokus in the Dragon Ball mobile games, and they make money off it. If they just had original characters, no one would play it. Especially since those games are like devoid of gameplay in the first place. Yeah, Kamen Rider Gaim was based off Fruits. Most of the designs were pretty good. Someone actually found an article of them saying that Tales of Crestoria was going to be an original story with only original characters, and now you look at that game and they have like all the characters in bikinis and swimsuits and stuff. It's like, okay. I mean, it's obvious you're going to go that direction, especially when that game is not doing very well. Because it does not stand out from the crowd. You have like thousands of other turn-based games you could play. And if you're looking for Tales, why would you be looking for turn-based? That's like the polar opposite of what Tales is. I don't know. I need to see more gameplay. It's one of those shit trailers where they show like no gameplay. I can't get excited for games like that anymore. I learned my lesson when I was younger. Don't get hyped for a video game unless they actually show you the damn product. None of this CG trailer and 2 seconds of gameplay shit. I don't fall for that anymore. How much health? Die. Okay, just infinite HP? How much health? I would not die. It's like way too much health. I hit it like 200 times. He died quick that time. I wonder if this game has fusion balance where the beam is better than everything else. That was how it was in Fusion. The beams were busted. You could just use charge beam and it did like insane damage. The missiles were a lot worse. I don't know how the balance is in AM2R. Because in Zero Mission, your beam is pretty useless. It's all about missiles. They kind of like have opposite balance. Yeah, Dread looks surprisingly good, considering the old team is long gone. It looks pretty good. It's a little bit apprehensive because it's outsourced, but it does look pretty solid. At the same time, it's got some pretty big shoes to fill because the last mainline non-remake entry was 19 years ago, so it is not a Call of Duty situation or Assassin's Creed where there's one every year. It's been a long time. It's been 19 years, so expectations are going to be through the roof. I really doubt that they'll be able to meet them, but what they've shown so far, it does look pretty promising. Track is so good. Good ass track. This game does have Gradius syndrome. Pretty bad Gradius. That's a cool game, though. I used to play that when I was a kid. I was never very good at it, though. What else I've gotten here? Let's play as depressed Spider-Man. Clinically depressed Spider-Man. Look at his walk animation. Look at how depressed he looks. It's been a meme for a while. Look at how he walks, man. He's not feeling well mentally. Look at him. Look at how he walks. He's not having a good day. I think this is the most pathetic portrayal of Spider-Man. If I see people complain about how he ends up in the Avengers games, like, he's not going to be clinically depressed like he is here. Look at him. Life has not been kind to him. Web of Shadows Spider-Man? What is that? It's hard to top that game's depressed Spider-Man. That game has beautiful sprites. It's just Spider-Man is pathetic in that game. Yeah, I think out of all the like legacy American superheroes, I think Spider-Man actually has best overall quality of games. Of course, Spider-Man's had a lot of shit games too, but look at like Superman in particular. Out of all the like boomer superheroes, he's had consistently terrible games. Mostly just because it's not an easy, it doesn't have a really easy power set to work with in the context of a video game, and the tech hasn't been there to do anything that would be worthy of him until recently, pretty much. Spider-Man's had some pretty decent games over the years, from Japan and America. It's ironic that one of Spider-Man's best games is a movie game, which like breaks all the rules. Movie games are supposed to be Kusage. Spider-Man 2 is really good. I'm pretty sure that will never happen again. A licensed movie game actually being like one of the best games for that character. GoldenEye does not count. I hate when people say GoldenEye because that game came out like 2 years after the movie. They did not have the difficulty of, you know, we have like 9 months to make this game and it needs to be out opening week of the movie. I really don't think GoldenEye counts. I hate when people count that. That was a really late game. It was quite some time after the movie, long after it was relevant. It was already like on video at that point. Well past the run time in the theaters. That's like a fake movie game. It's a good game, but it's like a fake movie game. Because they did not have any of the problems that a lot of those other games have, where there's no time to actually make the game. They're being rushed out, and they have all these bullshit rules and stuff they have to follow, which makes it a lot harder to make the game in the first place. Forgot when you hit crumble blocks, you can't jump. You can take a shortcut there, though, I think. Yeah. Game feels really good to control. Really awesome pixel art too. Got Castlevania. Jump Slash has a very realistic hitbox in this. You can't really hit things below you. I remember that much. I think I did play this as a kid. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure you can take that shortcut. I just don't remember how. There we go. Boss. You know what I want to play? I want to play a game with a good-ass level 1 track. There's lots of those on the NES. Where is it? It's got a fat beat. Of course, there's Journey to Silius. That's like top tier level 1 track. That's like the triple S tier. I played this game as a kid. This track's good too. What else has a good level 1 track? Besides obvious stuff. A couple others I could think of. I did grow up with the NES. What else is there? Good level 1 tracks. Baby Boomer. What the hell was that? I've never heard of that one. Balloon Fight's a good one. Of course, Batman's an obvious one. Return of the Joker. Actually, that's got That's got a fire level 1 track from Sunsoft. Naoki Kodaka. This game has incredible graphics for the NES. Batman has a gun for some reason. I like the gameplay in the first Batman better, but man, the bass on this track. That's good stuff. In Sunsoft, that was like their best era, was the NES. I think their games got a lot worse when they moved to the Super Nintendo. Actually, I should play some clown music now. Speaking of their Super Nintendo output, I need some clown music. Where is it? Yeah, here's some clown music. I don't know. I've had this song stuck in my head forever. I still remember it. Is it gonna work? That's some weird, like, trained version. Let's see, I need to go in the actual zip file and find the one that's the real thing. This ROM set I got has a lot of trained versions of the games. Some of them don't work properly. Let's load the US revision. Yeah, T1, that means it has trainers. Failed to load content. What? Maybe the parent ROM is the European one. Come on, I need my clown music. Hey, what's up with this? Why is this not working? I'm being denied my clown music from my childhood. It's weird. Maybe the core doesn't like it or something. Let's try the European ROM, not the one that's trained. It does not want me to listen to the clown music. Saying no. Wait, clown music? Here we go. I hate this song. It's been stuck in my head for like 30 years. This is like the first clown music I heard in a video game. That game is not very good, by the way. It's a product of its time. Everybody was trying to make the next Sonic, so had a bunch of anthropomorphized animals all trying to outdo Sonic, and none of them really lasted. Arrow the Acrobat he did get 2 games, but he didn't make it any farther than that. That was the extent of his lifespan. Most of the 90s animal mascots, he did not last very long. I think the only one that's still around from that time is pretty much just Crash Bandicoot. All the other ones, they died off pretty fast. Bubsy's another one, although they did make a new Bubsy game recently. It's like a meme game. Oh man, Here You No Ken. Home Improvement is impossible. Home Alone games are really bad. I had a friend that had those. I know another good for the level 1 theme. Where is it? I had this piece of shit game as a kid. I never finished it. This is an LGN game, so it's impossible and it's terribly designed. Spent many afternoons trying to finish that game. Where is it? I know it's in here. Yeah, this piece of shit. I wonder if there's a trained version in here. Yeah, there are trained versions in here. Probably would actually make that game possible to finish. Unlimited air. Yeah, you definitely need that. There we go. Best track, Tim Fallon. This game sucks though. Hardest level is Storm's level. That level is hell on earth. The Wolverine level is pretty hard too. Poor Tim Fallon. He made like some of the best video game music of that era, but it's always on unplayable video games. He was often like the only redeeming quality to a lot of those games. They were water torture to play, but it had a banger soundtrack. Shit, I would quit the game industry too. Nobody respected me enough to put me on a good game. Just bad games. Oh man, Gourmet Sentai Bariato. That's a beat 'em up. I can't find Endless Duel in here. It's like not here. Oh, there it is. This game has an incredible soundtrack. Pretty much every track in this game is good. Let's play the best track. Hold on. I need heavy arms. I don't think I can do this actually. This track is good too. Give me Heavy Arms. That's the best track in this game. Heavy Arms theme. Incredible soundtrack. This track's good too. It's not a high energy track. Oh, here we go. Best track. Musical masterpiece. Song used to be on Napster a lot. We used to pass this around on Napster of all things. Everybody on there was on there to pirate normal music. Very underrated soundtrack. Music's going fucking hard. He did not have to go that hard making a soundtrack, but he did. That used to be on Napster all over the place. It was really weird at the time. People on there were on there to pirate like Michael Jackson music and stuff. And a track from a Japan exclusive Super Nintendo game was all over that service. Weird times. That's a good game though. I really like that game. I used to play it a lot when I was younger. Marvel superheroes. Yeah. Okay.
That's so bad.
I'm gonna feed the cat soon. So what do you want to?
Well, yeah, well, what are you gonna feed the cat? What are you gonna feed?
9:15, 9:20.
What time is it now?
It's 8:54. You want to just eat now? Go ahead. All right, if you're sure. It's up to you.
Let's go, cat.
Another musical masterpiece right here. This track is legendary.
Shield slash. Shield
See if I can do the infinite.
Shield slash.
It's hard to do it on this controller.
Shield slash. Street World Auto 2. Yeah. Round 1. Fight. Round 1. Fight. 竜拳どうしたどうした竜拳なんじゃねえぞ竜拳なんじゃねえぞなんじゃねえぞどうした
Oh man. Best track. This shit goes hard. Incredible. This is Ken's theme. Bangers in a row. This is good shit too. Classic Ken AI got me. This track is so good. Damn it. Start feeding the cats. I will see you guys when I get home. Probably do some LBS memorial service and some other things. Thanks for watching.